Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. Using my over 20 plus years of coaching experience, I give you some extra insight into different sort of plays and stuff that normal people don't give you because they don't have a bloody clue online or have any idea about coaching or football really whatsoever. Now, we're going to talk about Man City a little bit to start because I want to show you how they've scored. Luton. Bloody Fulham. Luton have scored. And it's the same problem as last week. And of course, no one has addressed it in the media. No one's addressed it on any YouTube channels because no one can bloody well see it because they're not very intelligent human beings. Right, I do like it if you subscribe because that does make you intelligent. It's true. If you subscribe, you become intelligent. It's true. It's true. So let's have a little look at this, what's going on. The same thing. Go back and look at my Man City video a week or so ago on the last time that they conceded. I think it was against Villa. I think they lost. It's the same problem. The exact same things. Do you see that gap? I'm talking about the John Stones problem. And what they've been using him to do is step into this sort of defensive midfield position as Rodri sort of goes forward. And the fact that they're leaving this gap here, and they've been doing it now for weeks, and they keep getting caught out. And the more they get caught out, well, they don't change because it's Pep. But you can see this gap. When they go forward, they put this extra pressure on because they've put an extra player up on their forward line. So they're almost like pressing with five, okay? And that basically leaves them, well, 5 players back. Rodri sitting back here in front of the back 4-ish, but he's not because it's 3, and then they push more and more when they get possession, but they're leaving this massive gap which Stones is supposed to sit into and Rodri's not. Rodri's supposed to move a little bit further forward, but it seems to be not working for some reason. They seem to be leaving this massive space here, so when they get past the press, they basically you've got a chance against City when you get past that press, and that's been happening more and more, and you can see it clear as day. As we move this forward though, you can see it, Bosch. You see the player there, but you can see the gap between these guys. You can see it. You can see how big that separation is, right? And that's what gets exploited here. So let's move it forward a little bit. I can't move it forward too much because I'm still in YouTube jail from copyright strikes from the Premier League. Thank you, Premier League. Muppets. And it happens to be every time I talk about the conspiracy theory of VAR making the Super League happen. But as we can see, they're 2v1 here, pushing onto this player, but normally it's Man City, they're okay with that, they don't mind that. But you can see this appearing on the back post, and they're overloading on the back post. So let's move this forward a little. So when the ball goes out wide, this defender does the exact right thing. He doesn't rush out to pressure the guy straight away, he's casual about it. He's shutting him down, but he's not immediately panicking trying to shut him down. Because if the player runs at you really fast in this situation, a defender, especially if you want to learn something to be a player, see the 18-yard boxes here. If this defender runs at you really quickly, you just poke the ball past him and run around. Because he's running full pace this way. You poke the ball, you run around him, and you either get a shot or a crossing. So he doesn't really want to run in full pelt because there's too much space here to exploit. So as he comes forward here, he's slowly slowing the player down, which is doing the right thing. Everyone's following in slowly to defend, but there's a problem, and you'll see it when this cross comes in. Sorry, I have to do a bit of weird jump cuts there. So here we go. When the cross comes in, and half it's because I'm a boomer and I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how. There's no good software to really record and draw all at the same time and do everything. So as this comes in, you can just see these guys are almost overloading the back post where they were coming in. There wasn't any real help. There's loads of help in the middle here, but that's just not where the cross is coming in. So as it comes in, Bosch, you can see the overload, overtowers everybody, gets up early and gets himself a goal. Good job, Sonny. Good job. Well, let's get on to the next goal. There's all sorts of chaos that happens in this goal. Carl Walker gets taken up by this little wee man over here, which I think is quite funny. And the ref just says, play on, you've got the ball. I've seen a lot of that actually this weekend where in previous weeks, the ref's been blowing up all the time. This weekend, the ref's just kind of go, nah, everyone just play on. Kick the hell out of each other. We don't mind. Carry on. So as he's driving into the box here, Rodri, he's getting too far forward again. Now, if they nick the ball, that transition attack that I was talking about earlier, that's still on because they're putting so many players forward. And it's interesting because, right, this is a bit of an issue. Do you see this gap here and this gap here? If you're trying to defend, you really want to, like against the Man City, when he comes running through the middle like this, you guys want to squeeze ever so much quicker. They're not. They're very static. And the reason this happens is because when you're defending for a long time and you've been successfully defending, you kind of get lazy in just doing those extra 2 or 3 yards. And that starts happening here. You can see it. Bosch. Now, this is a wonderful collision here. He just leathers him. Now, here's my question, right? Because that's a yellow card. and a penalty. Now, I know the ref lets it play on, but it's still a yellow card because he's run in, shoulder checked the guy in the head and put him onto the ground. Now you can see that separation of gap here as well a little bit more. Does it matter for the goal? No, but it's good practice. If you keep doing good things happen. If you keep getting lazy, laziness happens. So do good things, come in, do it right. So the ball breaks here. I don't know who it breaks to here. I think it's Bernardo Silva, and he just whaps it. Now, I don't know if the keeper and the centre-backs think that they're going to get a penalty here, so that everyone's kind of stopped, and you know what happens? The collision happens, and it's not like anyone's going to do anything, because I think it's a great goal, but it's just that point of a second when your mind clicks off. You know, when you get the, whatever it is, it's like, I'm trying to explain it in the right way, where your stomach suddenly goes for 2 seconds, you know, you walk in, you suddenly think you see something, but you don't, and that's kind of what's happened in that stunt. But the ball's already in the back of the net before anyone can react. It's a good goal. Let's get on to the last one. This is all their own fault, Luton, right here. You're in a situation where they're using this high press very efficiently. Now, I'm not just talking about pressing the ball, which the Gundogan press and all this other rubbish that people have been talking about over the last 2 years. What they're doing is they're squeezing play. They're called dynamic pressure pockets, but of course people don't know what that means because they don't use it and they don't know how to coach. So what a dynamic pressure pocket is you trap the guy around the ball where he's got nowhere to go but one option. See the one option? But you're going to get that one option. So you're making him do a thing so you know where the ball's going to go. We're already going to cut you out and you can't do anything but he does have an option here. He can just kick the ball out this way to the sideline and get a throw in, and he doesn't. He tries to overplay it, he trusts on his skill, and he gets caught out there, bosh, and he gets done. Yeah, terrible. Especially if you're 1-1 against City and you're Luton and you're trying to get points not to get relegated, you try to take this point. Because if you take a point here, that is so much morale for you and your team. You try to just kick it out. You kick it out, get everyone behind the ball, because look, you can see they're exposed. They've got too many players wide. And if we just freeze it right here, bosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to be in that situation against Man City. Ever. So let's just move it forward. I can't just play the clips in like I was because copyright rubbish. Now here's another issue. You're looking at this right here, looking at the ball, okay, fine, but you've got two players here and you've got this poor man here 2v1. Right, that's the big problem right here. As soon as he's in, you're expecting him to charge towards goal, but he doesn't really have the pace to do that. So what he's looking to do as it moves forward, see his head popped up there. He already spots where he wants to put the ball. He wants to put it into the danger zone about there and see who can go on to the end of it. That's what he's looking to do. That's what that little look up was for. And by the way, this is a simple transitional play. There's a thing when you're coaching called playing the system, and what you do is you just run the system with nobody on the field. So you go, right, how from the halfway line, we play a ball in, he turns, plays a ball out, he turns, plays a ball across, and he finishes. How quick can we do that? Go, boom, and you run it 50, 100 times in one session just to go, right, how quick can we, from there, play this play? Dump, into the goal, and you run it over and over and over again. And then you'll add some players in, and then slowly you'll build it up. The more proficient everybody gets at it, and then you start giving more options, and you start doing things. It's one of the things that they do at City, right? Bosh, and as the ball comes across, then he just gets a free, tap it in. The ball is bouncing, it's dribbling across the box. And Floppy Hair gets himself a goal and keeps Man City up there in the top four because they have fallen off quite a bit. And I think they've drawn more games and or lost more games than they have in like any year in the last 4 years. So they might not win the title, but I wouldn't write them off just yet. I'll see you next time. Thanks for subscribing on Cash Talks Football.